first. Hey, everybody, welcome back to WWE Watch Along with me, Mike, and Sarah. Take it away, Mike.
Hey, everybody. Hello again, everyone. Oh, wait, no. I have to restart this and start this the only way that is appropriate to start something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael Paul, and pleasure is all yours. It is your pleasure, privilege, and honor to watch me. However, along with me tonight, I brought a couple of friends with me. Well, one, this is not my channel. The person that runs this channel, John Batcher, is here. And also, back from Friday night, Sarah Cooley has joined us again. I thought our friends Alfred and Sean were going to join us, but they either have forgotten or they changed their mind. At any rate, I have some news, which I mentioned on Friday, but for those of you that might have missed it, two huge losses in the music world over the weekend. Sylvester Stewart, who is known to the world as pop icon Sly Stone of Sly and the Family Stone, has died of OPCD. I think I'm saying this right. OPCD. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but well, I'll look it up and we'll get back to you on that. Also, Beach Boy Brian Wilson, who was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, songwriter of the 20th century from the Beach Boys, and who wrote all those decades and decades of hits like Good Vibrations, Wouldn't It Be Nice, California Girls. Brian Wilson, after years of struggling with mental health issues, has passed away, although there's been no announced or confirmed cause of death for Brian. But both Sly Stone and Brian Wilson were 82 years of age, and we send our condolences to the family. Now, we are live tonight from the Rec Center in Green Bay, Wisconsin, just across the street from Lambeau Field. We are about 10 minutes in, and we thank you for joining us for this special watch along of Monday Night Raw. Oh, and we will be with you also for Dynamite, SmackDown, and Collision, because my little my tech problem that I had earlier, thinking I wouldn't be able to be with you tonight, has been fixed. So we will be with you on all the usual nights this week. In fact, this week, Collision returns to Saturday after about a month. So we thank you for being with us. Let's go to the Rec Center in Green Bay for Monday Night Raw. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Intercontinental Champion, Tony Dominic Mysterio, and one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan with a cocky smile on her face, but she has had a rough time of it.
Oh, Liv
As of late, over the past couple of weeks. Welcome to Monday Night Raw, everybody, live and sold out today in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm Michael Cole. Pat McAfee is off tonight, but I am joined back in the saddle again with my old partner, Corey Graves. Welcome back, Corey.
I couldn't be any more excited to be ringside for Monday Night Raw next to you on Netflix, especially on a night with royal implications.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, last week on Monday Night Raw, the return of WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella, who was interrupted by one Liv Morgan.
And
John just reminded me, I forgot to say my good nights to, as I call them, my girls, and I think I've been very clear as to why that is. No need to rehash that. At any rate, to my girls, Christy, Crystal, Megan and Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, and Caitlin, I love you all so much. Thank you for being so wonderful to me from day one. Thank you so much for welcoming me and making me feel at home right away within, like, I guess my first 5 minutes of living here. It all started with you, so thank you all so very much. Sweet dreams, nothing but love. Mwah. Good night, my angels. We will see each other tomorrow.
what about the return of the one who almost gotten his streak not broken by Kevin Nash?
Oh yes. Well, I didn't want to say anything because it's not confirmed, but today could possibly be the return of former Atlanta Falcon, WCW superstar, and WWE Hall of Famer who can be identified in one name. Goldberg. Come on, Thatcher, what's wrong with you?
Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Spear. By God, spear.
I'm sure we'll be hearing.
Let's see if he returns tonight. And
Well,
Josh Morello, I hope you're watching.
oh yeah, we don't want any little temper tantrums tomorrow, do we? Yeah, between Braun Breaker and Bill Goldberg, you'll be hearing plenty of spear, by God, spear, and also this past Wednesday, for those of you that might have missed it, the former Sin Cara in WWE, Mystico, has made his return also to AEW. Let's go back to the Rec Center in Green Bay.
I have respect. I have a championship. And I have a man.
Speaking of your man, I'm just trying to figure out who he belongs to. You or Roxanne Perez? I'm confused. Can you congratulate her for me for taking your title shot and your man?
You can say whatever you want because I'm still a champion. And all you'll ever be is a reality show diva.
After exchanging incendiary comments, Morgan
I
will
was
nail
so
Nikki
well,
Bella
so
with
weird.
oblivion.
And the trash talking would continue. Liv Morgan, she'll be in action later tonight against Kairi Sane, but she kicks off Raw here tonight.
Wow, Nikki on the left, Liv on the right, me in the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night
Could there be any better
Morgan!
paradise?
And please make some noise for the most gorgeous man in WWE. He is the greatest intercontinental champion of all time, Dominic Mysterio!
Thank you, my güerita, but tonight is not about me. Today is all about you.
Thank you, Dominic, because respect is the exact reason why I came out here to talk about tonight. You see, it seems like everyone needs reminding that this is my division. And when you talk about my division, you talk about me. You see, had to learn the hard way last week, and now she's sitting at home, all beat up, watching me on her television, which is exactly where she should be. Do you guys want to know what was worse than Nikki Bella not mentioning me last week? It's the fact that Io Sky went up to her before she came out and said, "You paved the way for a song." Man. Well, what a joke, because no one paved the.
Oh, also, Asuka returns tonight.
And Jey Uso is qualifying for the King of the Ring tournament.
I paved my own way, and then I became the history-making, record-breaking, first and only 4-time Women's Tag Team Champion. And you guys know what that makes me? Because I know you guys know what that makes me. That makes me the greatest Women's Tag Team Champion of all time. So I'm not asking for respect anymore. I'm demanding it. Just like I'm demanding the rematch that I never got for the Women's World Championship. So, Io, we can do things the easy way, or we can do things the hard way. The easy way would...
Well, we'll see if Io Sky wants to do things the easy way or the hard way, because here comes the Women's World Champion. Corey, last week, Io Sky was one of those in the locker room area who greeted the great Nikki Bella, said that Nikki was a trailblazer. And so many here.
And listen, I am having a hard time understanding exactly why it ruffled so many feathers, particularly the feathers of one Liv Morgan. Io is simply being respectful about the traditions of this industry.
Hey, Liv! Do everyone a favor? Shut your mouth! All you do is whine and show disrespect.
Yeah, what she said.
You disrespect Nikki Bella, and you disrespect me. If you want to fight me, I'm right here.
I do want to fight you, Io, but I only want to fight you for this championship. But if you're scared to fight me because we know that I've beaten you more than any other woman in this division, then that's okay. We don't need to fight, and you can just hand me the title. I'm okay with just taking it. You can totally just give it to me, and I'll be cool with that.
I'm not handing you anything. If you want it, you have to earn it. You cannot just steal it like you stole Dirty Dom.
Whoa. Io, just make this easy for Liv. And give her what she wants. Just like I do every single day.
Io, you should listen to Dominic because he's a smart man. You can just give the title a little spit shine and then hand it off to me. I'll take it right now. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You want it?
Yeah.
Liv Morgan to have some results here tonight, and a shot from Dominic as well.
Innocent bystander.
I wouldn't go that far. Io Sky, the women's world champion.
I think it's safe to say that was not the response Liv Morgan was expecting from the women's world champion.
Well, what did she expect? Io Sky, a proud champion, was just going to hand over the championship to Liv Morgan. Io Sky will not give away that title without a fight.
Well, listen, Liv Morgan made a lot of valid points tonight. She may, in the opinion of some, deserve an opportunity to become women's world champion once again. But Io Sky is going to make Liv fight.
Well, speaking of opportunities, big opportunity tonight. Final first round matchups with the men's King of the Ring and the women's King of the Ring tournament. Let's take a look at the bracket of the men's side of things. Remember, General Manager Adam Pearce added the former world champion James Uso to the mix tonight. The final spot will be decided in a fatal four-way match here on Monday Night Raw. Sheamus and Rusev and Big Bronson Reed and main event Jey Uso live tonight.
And the Queen of the Ring tournament continues on the women's side. As we look at the brackets thus far, Roxanne Perez, Jade Cargill, and Alexa Bliss have all advanced. Tonight, the final fatal four-way as Stephanie Vaquer battles Raquel Rodriguez, Ivy Nile, and a returning Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, next.
Well, let's see what Asuka's face looks like tonight.
And let's not waste any time.
The following fatal four-way is a first-round match in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Introducing first from San Fernando, Chile, Stephanie Vaquer.
La Primera. And she is sensational, Graves.
Arguably the hottest superstar in the entire game, be it male or female. Can Vaquer continue her momentum into the next round of the Queen of the Ring?
We're going to find out. We also have the return of Asuka live on Netflix. Well, ladies and gentlemen, individual event tickets for SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. JETS, Jets, on Saturday, August 2nd, and Sunday, August 3rd, are on sale this Wednesday, June 18th, via Ticketmaster. Pre-sale comes your way tomorrow, June 17th. Combo tickets are on sale right now.
I wish we were at SummerSlam right now.
You have to go all the way to New Jersey for that.
You go out there tonight and you win. And we'll take care of Kyrie.
Oh, that's the call right there.
Yeah, things have not been going the way of Liv Morgan, so hopefully Raquel Rodriguez can put a smile on her face tonight.
From Rio Grande Valley, Texas, representing the Judgment Day, she is one half of the women's tag team champions, Raquel Rodriguez.
Well, Raquel made her presence felt last week here on Monday Night Raw. Fatal four-way match in a first-round Queen of the Ring tournament. And Rhea Ripley lip-tied to Liv Morgan looked like she was going to pick up the win for it.
But Raquel would make her presence felt in an impactful way, taking Rhea's eye off of the situation at hand, which opened the door for an insane elbow. But Roxanne Perez, who promised to help out Liv Morgan earlier in the night, did just that in her own sort of way.
Well, and she picked up the win, much as the chagrin of Liv Morgan. Then she said to Liv, later on. Well, hey, at least someone from Judgment Day picked up the win and didn't allow Kyrie Sane to advance.
We heard Liv Morgan just a few moments ago deliver the mission statement to Raquel. It's crystal clear because when everybody's winning, everybody gets along, whether it be the Judgment Day or any other faction throughout the history of this industry. When everybody's winning, when everybody's making more money, everybody gets along a lot better. Look at the intensity etched on the face of Ivy Nile.
Who's ready for Asuka?
WWE Universe, you are not ready.
From Osaka, Japan, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka!
Is the return of a 4-time women's world champion. Corey, Asuka's been out of action for a long 13 months.
13 months for us has to have felt like multiple lifetimes to the Empress of Tomorrow, who is eager to reestablish her dominance in WWE. But with that said, the landscape is very different from that of which she left 13 months ago.
Indeed, and Asuka has a knee brace on her left knee, underwent knee surgery, cost her a year of her career, but she's back tonight. Fatal four-way move. This first one being pinfall submission wins the matchup.
13
No
months, yeah.
disqualifications,
Wow.
no countouts. The winner will head on to the semifinals Friday night on SmackDown to take on Alexa
Literally
Bliss.
used to back in my birthday.
Air and Asuka working together.
Oh!
In the early moments of this one, you will see plenty of temporary alliances.
I'm gonna wait for him.
How's my friend Michael?
All right, how you doing?
Good.
I don't think I saw you all well. I saw you very little, but I didn't talk to you all day
Yeah, I was wondering why.
because you went out.
I forgot to tell you that I had an eye appointment.
Oh yeah.
But I couldn't see very well earlier.
Yeah, I've had that. Did you have your eyes dilated? Did they
That's it.
do the thing with the eye drops?
That's it.
Okay, yeah, I've had that too.
And I didn't know you guys left.
Yeah, well, I didn't go anywhere, but
No, you didn't.
a few people went to Meals on Wheels and a few people went to the mall.
I did not have an eye appointment and I don't have it back. And by the time I got back, everyone was gone.
Oh, by the time you got back, everyone was gone. Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't tell me they left. John should have told me. It's okay.
Yeah, but John doesn't necessarily have the greatest memory in the world.
I know.
You know, oh, you've already seen that.
I can tell.
It's okay, honey. Just scrape your nails, don't mind. Yeah. Don't worry about hurting me or anything.
Thank you. This one I have a sharp nail.
Oh, no, it's not very sharp.
There.
I see.
Yeah. The sharp nail, then the other side.
See, Brett and Wendy, they have big, huge nails.
I don't have that kind of nails. I kind of let them grow. So
I did, but the thing is, if I let them grow and they grow too long, they start to hurt.
That's why. No, I love hanging out with you and Tom. No, I don't want to say it's on a live stream, but John and I used to be boyfriend.
Used to?
Yeah, but he kind of broke it off.
How long ago was this?
Last month,
Like before you moved in?
after I moved in last month.
Oh,
But he decided just to be friends.
you know why that is.
Yeah, I know. I'm okay with that.
He's always been, and he forever will be,
Obsessed.
hung up on,
Megan.
yeah.
Oh, I know. I get that.
It's like, wasn't it Madonna who said, every little thing that I say or do, I'm hung up on you. Yeah,
I get that.
that's him.
I get that. He kind of hurt my feelings a little, but it's okay.
Yeah, he's like a lost little puppy. She says jump, he says how high.
Do you remember that movie Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah,
His hair is like the beast.
I've noticed that too, but
Yeah.
see, the thing is, I was trying not to say anything.
Me neither. I'm trying to get it down low. Just going with the flow. That's good. This goes into 10:30, right?
About, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Well,
That's
God,
good.
I don't know how long could it take to just whip it and drip it?
I don't know.
What is he doing in there?
I don't know.
Getting acquainted with Rosie and her 5 sisters.
Oh, did I tell you that I ordered a t-shirt on a wrestling, a female wrestler I like,
Oh, really?
Alexia Bliss.
Oh, I remember her. Yeah.
I ordered that t-shirt of her.
I think she came back just recently.
I'm gonna do another one on Liv Morgan.
Yeah, she's.
I like the clothes. I can't believe she walked away from the belt.
Makes me wish I was ice cream so she'd lick me.
True. John's taking me to my second wrestling match on the 28th.
Really?
As friends, so before he took me into my first one as a boyfriend, and now it's just friends. I'm just going with the flow though, giving him what he wants.
Well, how do you know Flo will even show up?
I don't know.
Flo may be busy.
I don't know. If he doesn't come, then I realize he may not like me. That's okay.
Wow, Betcher, I've seen corpses that move faster than you do. I mean,
So if I wasn't wrestling, I would rip everyone.
what's wrong, John? You can't find it? Is it that
He's
small?
coming.
Is it that small? Do you need a microscope? Sorry.
It's okay. He's coming. I know I'm coming. I always like to make a.
You know what? We always get so many viewers on Friday. I don't understand why we barely get any viewers on Monday.
Because they love seeing me.
Well, if that were the case, then we'd have thousands of people watching right now. We don't have anybody,
I guess not.
or barely anybody, I should say.
Says I can always do the SmackDown myself. You know, that's fine. I don't know what he's doing. I like him, Nicole.
Thank you, sweetheart.
No, I'm always there for you.
Yes, dear, I know.
There's one thing I hope you don't mind me saying, that I don't like it when other people pick on me.
Oh, honey, they just,
Having fun.
they're not doing it to be mean. They're
I
just,
know.
it's all in fun.
I know that.
Although sometimes I don't think they know where to stop. Yeah, I
What
think
you guys
that's
been
what
talking
you meant.
about when I was in the bathroom?
Just wrestling.
It's the fact that, God, you were in there for a while. Did you have trouble finding it? Did it fall off? Like,
The hell's wrong with you?
did you fall in?
Oh my God, Michael, Paul.
You didn't have a life preserver to pull yourself out?
Son of a.
Well, dude, corpses don't take as long to move as you do. Like,
It makes me laugh.
all right, well,
I'm almost 40 years old, Michael.
I'm already 40.
man, I didn't ask about your age. I asked why you take so long. Why you take so long taking that golden shower? Could you not find your wee-wee? Did you need a compass to find
I'm
it?
about to bust your.
Do you need a compass to find it?
Oh my God. Yo, if you were here a very long time ago, Sarah, oh my God, Michael, tell Sarah what me and you used to laugh about. Doctor have the what? Remember that you said, Doctor, have the case of the Shanky.
Oh yeah, there was a wrestler. There was a wrestler whose name was Shanky. I said, my God, it sounds like a sickness. Doctor, I have a case of Shanky.
I'm so cry when you do that.
Doctor, help me get rid of the Shanky. It itches.
I don't want to keep watching this.
This is untemporary in these fatal four-way contests.
We mentioned Roxanne Perez a bit earlier on. Roxanne's in action Friday night on SmackDown as she takes on Jade Cargill in the other semifinals of the women's division. I'm sorry, that'll be next week on Monday Night Raw. Friday night on SmackDown is Bliss and the winner of this match.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited about the prospect of these two locking horns. Here we go, mid-ring, Karen Asuka.
Cover now, and Asuka kicks at 1. Yeah, this is a dream match to many around the world. Both of these very established stars in Japan. Oh, and now Ivy Nile taking the fight to Stephanie McCare. Ivy Nile is hungry, Corey, yet to win a singles championship with WWE.
Nile trying to muscle Raquel down. You're right. Listen, there aren't too many women on the face of the earth you can compare to a pit bull who take it as a compliment like Ivy Nile does.
Oh!
But look at the power of Raquel.
Raquel Rodriguez, a ton of confidence as of late. Dominating now.
Yeah, Ivy Nile, she's got some cannons too.
And again, this is a final first round matchup in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Winner heads to SmackDown Friday night to take on Alexa Bliss in the semifinals. The other semifinal on Monday Night Raw next week. Roxanne Perez and Jade Cargill, shoulders down and a kick out. And now Stephanie McCare starting to pick it up, Corey.
Snap suplex by the Chilean-born superstar.
What is it that makes Stephanie so dangerous?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, Stephanie is an incredibly well-rounded competitor. She can handle her business on the mat. She can fly when necessary. She's incredibly tough, and above all, Vaquera is extremely confident. Stephanie understands just how good she is.
Stephanie with a meteor in the corner now to Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh!
A dragon screw, and thank goodness for Asuka. It was the good knee.
It might be time to call the doc back and look at getting the other knee done. Here comes Ivy Nile. Vaquera.
Back suplex by Stephanie McCare.
The Dark Angel beginning to roll. There you see that $1 million smile on the face of the Dark Angel.
I'm not sure if you can do this justice for Booker T. Court.
I wouldn't even try.
McCare into the devil's kiss.
And Raquel playing spoiler for the entire WWE Universe.
And a 5-time and current tag team champion Raquel Rodriguez taking over. She has won a fatal 4-way in her career.
I don't even really know what
So
you're
again,
doing.
tonight is taken out by Raquel. And maybe Rodriguez is going to suffer a devil's kiss.
Maybe Stephanie's showing
This is
off
super
her
science
stuff
defense,
first.
but Rodriguez just too strong.
Yeah, the powerful Raquel with Raquel up on her shoulders. Oscar lets into a big kick by Rodriguez.
Around we go.
Raquel taking Rodriguez over the top rope, but Raquel still holding on. At least momentarily, and now Raquel on the apron.
Oh, right.
We saw her do this on a ladder, and now on an apron. No countouts and disqualifications. WWE
She's
fans get what they want.
What?
Stephanie back here.
Face rearranged courtesy of the Devil's Kiss from the Dark Angel. La Primera lining up Rodriguez.
And a springboard cross body.
Your eyes on Asuka.
Oscar back into the mix now.
Looking for the Asuka lock. This could spell trouble for McCare.
Trying to wrestle her down to the mat, wrap the legs. McCare fighting back though.
And it speaks to the high level of technical ability and grappling game of Stephanie McCare. Able to ward off the Asuka lock, at least for the moment, until Nile delivers a kick right in the grill.
And again, you mentioned this earlier, the maturity and the growth now of Ivy Nile.
Ivy Nile,
Taking
she's got
advantage
some
with the other
feelings
two
too.
grapplers who are in trouble.
Uh-huh.
Every little window of opportunity, Nile has done her best to capitalize upon.
Just caught her.
If she
Didn't get
wasn't
all
a
of it,
wrestler,
however.
she
Finds
could make a
Ivy
living
back
as
to
a
the ropes.
domination.
Oscar now. Oh! Little hip attack that time around.
Inside cradle by Nile.
For the win and a kick out at 2.
Was that a textbook example? Bridget German suplex.
For the win. Oscar kicks at 2.
What about Bailey?
Ivy Nile can't let
No.
herself get frustrated right now. Ivy understands just how close she was to
Ivy
advancing in
lived
this
from a
tournament.
certain
She needs to keep her
look.
foot on the
Even
gas
got
pedal.
Nikki Bella.
Ivy Nile with a huge opportunity here.
Well, yeah, Nikki's okay, but Ivy and Liv have a certain look to them that's hard to explain.
Fatal 4-way action in the final first round matchup of the Queen of the Ring tournament. We're sold out tonight in Green Bay.
Winner will advance to battle Alexa Bliss in the next round. Power being stacked.
Raquel Rodriguez with Nile and McCare on her shoulders. Oscar now from the top rope. Wow! Drop kick.
Incredible.
All 4 women down.
Can the Empress of Tomorrow capitalize?
Massive matchup for Oscar. First one in 13 months as she delivers this missile drop kick. And that first match back from injury career, you know better than anyone. It's so important for your psyche.
And a lot of superstars come back, they return from an injury, and they're a little bit tentative between the ropes. We haven't seen any of that from Asuka thus far.
Oscar with well-placed kicks. This is vintage Oscar here.
A striking machine.
The former Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank contract winner, 4-time world champion, 4-time tag team champion. Oscar taking the fight to Raquel Rodriguez.
Expert level striking from the Empress of Tomorrow. And Asuka starting to roll.
Raquel felt the code breaker, backs into the corner now, and Oscar with a kick right to the midsection. Ivy Nile suffers one as well, and Oscar's rolling. Waistlock, Nile missed wildly. Boom! Oh, big knee. Covered by Oscar to advance to the semifinals, and McCare make sure it doesn't happen. And the talent in the ring right now is incredible.
And what we're seeing out of Stephanie McCare is so difficult. Her ability to remain calm in the heat of battle.
Oscar now measuring Stephanie McCare yet again. 2 international superstars.
Asuka, one of the greatest of all time.
No doubt.
Stephanie McCare showing absolutely no fear. Certainly a professional respect. But this is what it's all about.
Reversal. McCare sent into the ropes. Shoulder tackle. Oscar just fires her up even more.
And for all of her experience, I don't know if the Dark Angels ever experienced anything quite like Asuka.
Number of headbutts to Oscar. Oscar still on her feet.
Oh, no fear.
Where did Ivy go? Oh, she's in the corner.
Asuka caught her. What a collision. Now McCare to the other side with a knee. And what a matchup to kick off Monday Night Raw tonight with so much on the line.
Not to mention, we've got a King of the Ring fatal four-way still to come later in the evening.
Nice suplex by McCare. And Stephanie taking her time, measuring Asuka. Back to her feet. Asuka to the corner. McCare up over the top, rolls through. Drop kick drops Asuka. Again, favoring the right knee that she tweaked earlier for her.
Could come into play as this match progresses. Double underhook by McCare has Asuka straight up.
Oh! Down goes Asuka, and again, the knee given out. And Stephanie McCare, that slight hesitation there may have cost her.
Ivy now looking to capitalize off of McCare's hard work, hoisting up Asuka. Here we go.
Down goes Asuka, Ivy Nile to advance in the tournament. McCare breaks things up.
You can still see Stephanie heavily favoring the right knee. Looking to muscle up Ivy now, perhaps for the SVB backbreaker.
That's how she won last week. And McCare now kick right to the face. And Raquel Rodriguez with a big boot.
Raquel now out here for style points.
And now Rodriguez going for a Tejano bomb.
There it is.
There goes McCare. Stacks her up for the win. Meanwhile, Bobby's back. Rhea Ripley just cost Raquel Rodriguez. Turn him on his fair play.
Rhea didn't forget. She sure as hell
Riptide
doesn't forgive.
Ripley sends Rodriguez into the ring.
Rhea's revenge tonight in Green Bay. But watch Asuka.
Asuka's calling that the Empress Impact. Asuka's in the semifinals. Raquel cost Rhea last week. Rhea cost Raquel this week. Asuka's heading to the semifinals Friday night on SmackDown to take on Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss.
That's how many times
that you
Liv
are in
Morgan won
fact
the tag
ready
titles.
for Asuka. Take a look at this epic Tejana bomb delivered by Rodriguez, which may have earned her entry into the next round, but Rhea Ripley would rear her head and exact revenge.
Jennifer and my mom's on the call.
Raquel Rodriguez riptide on the floor, which allowed Asuka to capitalize with the Empress Impact.
What just happened?
He's talking to his grandmother.
Oh. That's nice. When I saw his phone, I saw Megan on it.
Yeah, he's got Megan's picture on his phone and on his computer.
And on YouTube photos.
And on YouTube photos, really.
Saying, I love you, Megan. And I saw that.
Yeah, I know. She's getting tired of it.
I am too. I've been through it.
Because I think at this point, Jericho is her boyfriend now.
Wow. And John doesn't know that, does he?
Oh, I'm sure he knows. He just doesn't care.
Oh. Wow. And he thinks I'm with Kevin, but I'm not.
He thinks you're with who?
Kevin.
Thank you. Half the time, Kevin doesn't know who he's with.
Some things that he does to me I don't like.
Like what? What do you mean that he
It
does?
touches me sometimes. I don't like.
Well, yeah, but I do that.
I know. I like it when you do it, not him.
Well, how? What do you mean, dear? In what way does he touch you?
holding my hands all the time and other stuff. I don't like.
Does he try to?
No, not that part.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't want to say that on the live stream. Yeah.
oh, honey, you're not gonna get in trouble. As you can see, unfortunately, there's almost nobody watching.
That's good.
If this were Friday, we'd have millions upon millions, but
Sure.
Mondays,
Well,
sometimes on Wednesday, but
I'm just going to tell you that Kevin thinks I'm his girlfriend, but I'm not.
really,
'Cause I like John. And he doesn't know it yet.
wow.
You see, it's confusing. And when I saw that photo of Megan on YouTube, it said, I love you, Megan, I was a little confused because
I don't know about Kevin, but John, I think John was born confused.
I can tell that. I can kind of tell that. Because I kind of been through all the weird situations. You I may not know this, but my ex-husband said the same thing to me. That it said, I love you, Tiffany, the same way John said, I love you, Megan. You see the same way.
So he screwed you for some girl named Tiffany.
Yeah. Now John's doing it to me. You see? And that's okay, because guys can be a little confusing.
Yeah, but in John's world, sometimes 2 and 2 comes out to 3.
That's true. I get stuck to do it at 10:30 when I get back. I get to have a quick snack, set up the table, and then I get to brush my teeth and take a quick shower.
Wait a minute. At 10:30, you have to set the table?
For tomorrow morning.
Oh, for tomorrow morning.
Yeah. That's my chore. I have to be here with you guys so I can do this.
Hold on, as long as he's on the phone. I know I said this is over at 10:30, but
Yeah, he'll be
It'll-
back by
but
then.
it'll be 3 o'clock in the morning by the time he gets back in here.
3 o'clock in the morning.
That's how long he takes to do stuff.
That would be too late for me because I have to get back.
I know.
And
It was partially a joke, but my point is, he takes forever to do anything.
I don't know yet. I'm only going to be here until like 10:30. Because it's a work week.
I know.
That's why. I told Noah that I'm not going to be too late. I'll be out until 10:30. Look at that. If he takes me until 3 a.m., I'll be in trouble.
Well, no, I was somewhat kidding, but
I know that. I told my house manager I'll be back at 10:30.
yeah.
Yeah. Then I have to have a snack. So they do it quickly and then cheese and I have to rinse off in the shower. Sorry. Mom, Michael, I like you.
Thank you, dear. I like you too. I do like you. You're not like most people here.
Thank you. The
You're
only reason I'm out here, and I'm telling anyone this, but I want to tell you, before John is back, that when I used to live in New Hampshire, I used to eat myself like a lot. I used to eat junk food because I was so depressed and lonely.
well, sometimes I do that too.
All right.
Well, nice of you to remember us.
It was Zach who called right before Jennifer called. Zach called too and say that he's watching the same show we are.
You know, I can understand if it's your grandma, but don't you think Zach and Jennifer can wait?
I'm only here until 10:30.
Lights out, Raquel.
I'll probably walk home
Thank
around
you,
10:15,
Rhea.
okay?
Let's head up to the ring and our own Kathy Kelly.
That's Oscar. He's great.
Asuka, congratulations. First match back in over a year, and you won and advanced in this Queen of the Ring tournament. How you feel, and tell me what's the plan from here?
The fire didn't die. It's still alive. Oh, we got Queen of the Ring. No one is ready for
Oscar!
Well, this coming Friday night on SmackDown, the first of the semifinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. And it's interesting, Corey. Alexa Bliss and Asuka were once tag team champions
Wait a
together,
minute.
and now they have to battle it out
That's
for first in the
on
finals of the Queen of the Ring.
Netflix.
You've got something as coveted as the Queen of the Ring.
Exclusive, like
Guaranteed
worldwide.
opportunity that comes with it. The past may as well be a million years ago.
Well, the What's Your Story
Well, we'll
podcast
figure
is
it out
hosted
on
by
Saturday.
WWE icon Stephanie McMahon, with new episodes debuting every other week. This past week's guest was magician illusionist Chris Angel. Download What's Your Story with Stephanie McMahon on all audio platforms and watch on WWE YouTube. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our main event last week was a classic. Gunther versus Jey Uso, the World Heavyweight Championship. And WrestleMania, Jey Uso tapped out Gunther. Tonight. The punishment he's taken. Gunther, though, realizes Uso's wounded, and he's waiting to take out his prey. Jey to WrestleMania. Is Gunther going to come out again? And now Gunther again wraps it in. He's out cold. He is out. Gunther becomes the new world champion. It is once again the dawning of the Ring General's era. Gunther is once again world heavyweight champion.
He achieved the whole entire match.
He is the new world heavyweight champion. The Ring General. Gunther is here live on Netflix. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, 3 o'clock Eastern, fans at Fanatics Fest can see the SummerSlam press conference with their favorite superstars, including John Cena and CM Punk, among others, will be live as they get ready for the WWE's biggest event of the summer at MetLife Stadium. You can catch this on WWE's social channels. Again, the SummerSlam kickoff show Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern live from New York City. Then on Sunday at 1:30 Eastern, it's the Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford press conference ahead of one of the biggest boxing events of all time. Head to fanaticsfest.com to buy your tickets for the Ultimate Sports Fan Festival coming to the Javits Center in New York City this weekend.
Hey, let's go talk Shadow. You got hurt. Sis, medical hasn't exactly cleared me for any more that I can do today.
I guess I'll go handle it myself then.
Wait, what do you got?
Oh, come. Just before you go. Remind me again why I got a match with AJ Styles? Because I thought you knew that me and Finn were going after the tag titles.
Yeah, but, you know, AJ's been breathing down my neck. He's coming after my title, and, you know, just take care of him, and then next week you can go back to the tag titles. Promise.
Yeah, I'm sure I know. Don't worry. I'll be out there tonight to get your back and make sure everything goes smooth, all right?
Actually, Finn, you were supposed to take care of AJ Styles a couple weeks ago. So I think it's best if you stay back and hold down the fort.
I think you're right. I think I should stay back here and hold down the fort. But I think you should be out there watching JD's back. And you make sure everything goes smooth.
Yeah.
All right. And if you're in, let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's eat.
Well, I thought they were talking about like the main event at the end of the show.
Mikhail, don't worry about what Lee will say. I think you're doing great, okay?
Thanks, Ben.
And you know, speaking about great, Roxanne, I know Liv said she wants to handle things herself. But hear me out. I've got an idea. Come with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General, Gunther.
Corey, Gunther tapped out to Jey Uso at WrestleMania. He was embarrassed and humiliated by that. It stuck in his craw for 2 straight months. And he did what he promised he was going to do last week. Win back the world title.
I'm going to recommend you don't bring those facts up any longer because unlike your other partner, I'm not going to cover your ass.
I didn't think you would.
Gunther has vowed to restore the World Heavyweight Championship to its sacred status. We are seeing the ring general at his finest. Sure, there was a few-month rough patch, but Gunther endured and is now back at the top of the mountain where he so belongs.
He did say on social media that it was clear to him that Jey Uso doesn't have what it takes. He said, I am on top of the world as long as I lace up my boots. That's where you can find him.
The best professional wrestler on the planet Earth.
I won't argue with you there, Corey. I'm impressed each and every time this man's in the ring.
It just looks right, doesn't it?
Celebration befit of the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Sounds like a gunshot when Michael there's the power going off.
At WrestleMania, little guys, I'm mad enough to admit that at WrestleMania, Jey Uso was the better man. He was the better man for one night. Because of every other single night, I am untouchable. And I know, I heard all the rumors, I heard all the chatter about what's next for me. No. Definitely not that guy. I cussed him out in front of his family. He learned his lesson. I don't care about rumors. I care about the reality. The reality is that Seth Rollins holds the Money in the Bank contract. And I got what he wants. So Seth,
Basically, he's cashing
let me
against
talk
this
directly
idiot
to you.
Gunther, Seth freaking Rollins.
A few weeks ago, you said to me, when I win your World Heavyweight Championship back, I'm the target. So well, since I'm a target, I want to make it very easy for you. I am right here. So don't waste no more time.
Surprise, mother. Oh. I have to. Goldberg.
Goldberg! My God, it's Goldberg!
Welcome home, Goldberg.
For the first time in 3 years.
Look at the look on Gunther's face.
Finally, Goldberg has come back to the WWE.
For 5 months.
Thank you.
No, it's been more than 5 months.
5 years.
Because his last match was
Don't be
against Cody
confused,
Lashley.
Gunther. It's all good. It's all good. Because tonight is your night. Tonight, I'm here to celebrate you winning the World Heavyweight Championship because I've been there before. I understand how proud you must feel. So, congratulations. Just wanted to put a little note on tonight and tell you how proud I was of you. You know what, though? One thing, before I go, a few months ago, you started something with me and my family in Atlanta, Georgia.
Did he? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, he did.
I'd have to see it again.
And I am going to make sure that I end it in Atlanta, Georgia. July the 12th, Saturday night, main event. You're mine.
But more importantly,
Because you're next.
there you go.
Spear him, Goldberg.
Oh, yeah.
Goldberg.
The rumors are true.
Yeah, what they're saying. Woo! Monday Night Wars.
July 12th is 3 weeks from Saturday. Saturday night's main event. And it's only appropriate. It's in Atlanta. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we digest all of this, we want to tell you that up next, AJ Styles, JD McDonough, in a match presented by Cash App.
Wow.
Hey, what do you want to talk about? The podcast, hosted by the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, features sit-down conversations with superstars and legends about never-before-heard stories and career-defining moments while enjoying their favorite cocktail from Weekly American Vodka. Cody's guest this week, Damian Priest. New episodes are available every Wednesday on WWE's YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. And I'll tell you what I want to talk about, what just happened moments ago right here on Raw. July the 12th, Saturday night, main event. You're mine. Because you're next. Well, we can now confirm it has been made official. July 12th, Atlanta, Georgia. Saturday night's main event. The Ring General, the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, will defend his title
Let's go.
against the WWE Hall of Famer,
Oh,
the one and only Goldberg. And ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity to experience the non-stop excitement in Atlanta at both Saturday night's main event and Evolution with On Location, the official fan hospitality partner of WWE. Unrivaled access, unmatched service, and unforgettable experiences. Saturday night's main event, Saturday, July 12th to 13th on Sunday's Evolution. Find your package at onlocationext.com/WWE. I'll tell you what, I am still buzzing. Corey, I cannot wait for the opportunity to to be involved in calling the matchup between Gunther and Goldberg 3 weeks from Saturday.
I'm still buzzing just from being ringside. I thought the roof was going to come off the rest center. Unbelievable. Goldberg returns and he's gunning for the ring general.
Goldberg, a current Hall of Famer. No doubt this man is a future Hall of Famer.
And his opponent from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
There's so much to talk about in this matchup tonight. First, let's talk about AJ Styles. He'd love to win a second Intercontinental Championship in his career. And Dominic Mysterio got himself in trouble here, Corey. He ran his mouth to Styles a number of times, and now AJ Styles is gunning for him. So what does Dominic do? He asked the Judgment Day to do his dirty work for him. First Finn Balor, and now tonight JD McDonough.
Why run with a crew at all if they won't watch your back for you? Dom, as the Intercontinental Champion, simply doing what's expected of anyone.
Yeah, but since Dominic Mysterio won the Intercontinental Championship, he has rarely, if ever, helped out the members of the Judgment Day. But as soon as he needs help, oh boy, he's out here to help JD McDonough tonight.
Oh, would you listen to yourself? Do you have any idea how physically demanding the life of Dominic Mysterio is, competing and defending the Intercontinental Championship against the best in the world, making sure that Liv Morgan is content and satisfied all the time? It's a full-time gig for Dirty Dom.
I saw him in the barber chair
match
today. I don't understand what
voluntary
John's
show
doing
and get
because
to
Dominic still has a
July
lot of hair.
12th for Goldberg
lined
and
up, keeping that mustache.
Gunter.
I don't.
AJ Styles, JD McDonough.
Nothing
First
is
time
gonna
these two men have
matter
ever
until
met one-on-one in the ring.
Goldberg
Nice
and Gunter.
takedown by Styles, the former two-time WWE champion.
They're two world-class mat technicians.
Oh.
AJ Styles
There
with the
it is.
experience advantage. But JD McDonough, despite all of your incessant jokes about the size of his cranium, is a threat, a true force to be reckoned with in this game, an unbelievably skilled wrestler.
Yeah, no doubt about that, and just a tremendous heart and resilience as well. Back in December, nasty crash onto our announce table, and he thought his career was over. He was able to come back and still compete at a high level here. McDonough, former world tag team champion, and mentioned that he and Finn Balor would love to win back the gold, currently held by the New Day.
I think the future is extremely bright for JD McDonough, despite the fact that he was dealt a rough hand of cards by life. Shoulders down,
Ready to kick out. And now JD McDonough going to stack up AJ. Back and forth to go here.
It's not JD's fault he was born with the skull of a Minecraft character.
And look at this.
Head scissor escape by McDonough.
And McDonough now in control. AJ Styles beat Chad Gable last week in a classic matchup on Monday Night Raw. Oh, nice bridge out of this by McDonough, at least momentarily. Now using that oversized cranium to balance himself. Well, helped him get out of that predicament into a backslide. AJ turns things around.
It looks like AJ was thinking about a Styles clash. JD sensed it coming and got out of Dodge in a hurry. I want to talk about AJ Styles as the WWE Universe begins to sing along. Styles truly is a timeless competitor. And AJ's been very open and honest recently that there might not be a lot of time left in his career. So Styles wants to make absolutely certain that his last few years, however long that run may be, is at the top of the game.
Well, that's one of the things that Dominic is preying on as well. The age of AJ Styles. He's poking fun at it, calling him an old man. JD McDonough may be prematurely celebrating. Yeah, and that's the class act that Dominic.
What is wrong with Dirty Dom applauding his Judgment Day stablemate? He was simply cheering on JD McDonough for a job well done.
It is what he said about AJ Styles. It's also the way that he's treated his father. Oh, look at this. Styles trying to wrestle him down the mat, maybe do a calf crusher here. Styles turns it around and now tries to lock it in and does.
JD McDonough in a world of trouble, scrambling, trying to reach the bottom rope.
And AJ pulls him back to the center of the ring. Styles now. What a move by AJ Styles.
Fantastic reversal by Styles, maintaining the pressure on his calf crusher submission.
And look at Dominic forcing the rope toward his partner. And
it looked to me like Dom might have just been a little off balance and trying to sturdy himself.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. Referee Sean Bennett catching him in the
Can I
act.
just say what a great guy Dirty Dom happens to be? I saw him at the airport last night, and the first thing he did was come up and wish me a happy Father's Day. Said he'd been jealous his entire life. He'd never been able to celebrate.
Well, I know that he didn't wish his dad a happy Father's Day, so at least he was some of that.
I don't think there's an Eddie Drake. Uh-oh. AJ Styles now. This is a mistake by Styles, taking his eye off the goal.
He's grabbing Dominic. Oh, takes out AJ Styles.
Told ya.
Now you're going to tell me Dominic sacrificed himself, too.
That's a great point.
I have to give Dominic Mysterio credit. It was because of his actions moments ago that turned this match around for J.D. McDonough, his Judgment Day stablemate.
What's today? June 15th. I'm going to write this down because you just gave Dom credit.
So I also have a question about the Judgment Day, and you've been watching, Corey. This whole Finn Balor situation. Is he trying to do good by the Judgment Day, or is he trying to drive a wedge into it?
Listen, I think there's a lot of turmoil within the Judgment Day because you've got a lot of people trying to do their own things.
I don't know. Apparently Dylan wants something.
I'm only here until 10:30.
I know, but see, a lot of times Dylan thinks about Dylan.
I know.
And only Dylan.
I get that. I have a screamer in my house. She never stops screaming. It keeps me up.
Who never stops screaming?
Jessie.
Who's Jessie?
Jessie's one of the girls I live with. And she can't stay with her mother because she can't stay with her mother because she can't sleep. Because she screams. That's why she's staying with us.
Have I ever met Jessie?
No. She's a small person. And she keeps me up at night. And she screams in my ear during breakfast and dinner.
Do you ever ask her, what are you screaming about?
No. I didn't want to be rude. So. It's like she needs attention about every little thing.
Well, yeah, some people are attention seeking. I don't want to say anything in front of her, but Ashley's very much like that too.
That's true.
That's why she's mad and cries a lot.
I'm living with one right now. And Scott, who's very slow.
Wait, Scott, who's what?
No, slow. Who's very, slow at times. And Michael is not a guy I live with. He takes his time in the bathroom a lot. And he misses breakfast a lot.
And I hate to say it because he's a really nice guy.
He likes me.
But he's very hard to understand.
Yeah. With you, it's different because I can understand than Michael.
So, John and Michael both like you.
John, yeah, and Michael. There's two Michaels that live here. Michael, the one I live with, and you, Michael Paul. And the guy I talked to really is really Sean and Adam. The only two guys I talked to is Adam and Sean. I'm coming back here tomorrow for the music therapy.
Oh, that's right, I forgot. I keep forgetting that Tuesday is music.
I come back here, that's why for that. And, sometimes I watch wrestling with you guys, and I'm enjoying that. For a second, I thought I was going to watch Alexia Bliss. I bought my bike so I can bike back over. call my staff to let them know? Mind if I call my staff?
Well, go right ahead.
I'm gonna step in the bathroom to do it, hey?
Okay.
I won't be too long. Oh, yes, hi, how are you? It's so cool. I want to let you guys know that I'm at Mary Jane's house watching wrestling, and I'll be back at 10:30. Thank you so much. I'm all set. That was easy. I want to get a chance to see the end of this before I leave.
What?
I can get a chance to see the end of this before I go back at 10:30.
Here, I'm gonna do this just to kill time
Okay.
because battery's taking longer than.
The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless relevant menu options. Which is why with USA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all with the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply. Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Welcome to the TMZ Podcast. Derek and Eric here. Good morning. Good morning to you. So let's get right into it. The big news of the day is LeBron James sort of scolding reporters in one of his after-game press conferences. You know, he's at this stage of his career where he's not as interested in talking about the game, basketball, and sort of what it means on the court, mostly because the Lakers are terrible.
And they did win.
They did win this game.
Yeah, he's not about. He doesn't want to discuss the game.
He is who he is. His legacy is set. He's sort of a young statesman, and he's very interested in social justice issues and being sort of a vocal person on things other than basketball. So he had a few thoughts about how the media has addressed the Jerry Jones saga, the Jerry Jones photo that surfaced. It's from 1957, where a crew-cut Jerry Jones is standing outside of an Arkansas school that is being desegregated. And there was, a bunch of white males,
It's a mob.
a mob of white males sort of standing in front of the black students who are trying to get in. And these are famous photos.
And he's one of the little faces in it.
He's one of the little faces in it. Now, Jerry Jones has said, I was there because I was curious. This is mostly driven by older white males. I wasn't there to sort of, block their entrance. I was just sort of an onlooker. And he is in the back of the crowd, but a lot of people aren't buying it. He does look like a spectator, but
Even if you buy it, it's still like, and somebody standing on the wrong side of history. He's literally standing on the wrong side.
It's an uncomfortable image, and he's trying to move on from it. He's not defending his presence. He's just saying, you're misreading if you think I was there to block the students, and I was actually just sort of a curious onlooker.
So LeBron had some thoughts about not being asked about right photo, and being asked about Kyrie and all his controversy about his anti-Semitism and all that. So this is what LeBron had to say to the reporters.
I got one question for you guys leave. I was thinking when I was on my way over here, I was wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that. When we do something wrong or something that people don't agree with, it's on every single tabloid, every single news coverage. It's on the bottom ticker. It's actually on every single day. But it seems like to me that the whole Jerry Jones situation photo, and I know it was years and years ago, we all made mistakes, I get it. But it seemed like it's just been buried under like, oh, it happened, okay, we just move on. And I was just kind of disappointed that I haven't received that question from you guys.
So I want to break this down. There's first of all, there's maybe a simple explanation that he's overlooking, which is Kyrie Irving is a member of the NBA, LeBron James is a member of the NBA, and it is more obvious to ask him about that incident, which occurred in his league, than it is to ask about something that occurred with an NFL.
Yeah,
that's the first level.
Quick sidebar on that though. If Kyrie had been an NFL player,
yes,
do you think he would not have been asked about it?
I don't know, but I think he would have.
He would have been. Yes.
I don't know.
Maybe, but I don't think that's the difference.
I don't think that's the difference. But nevertheless, what LeBron is talking about should be highlighted. He's basically saying sort of keep the same energy when an old white dude is exposed as a racist as when you exposed sort of Kyrie's anti-Semitism. I understand the sentiment. It reeks to me a little bit of whataboutism. Like they're two different issues. And here's the other fundamental difference that I don't understand why people are not addressing the differences here. When Jerry Jones was confronted about the photograph, he said, I was an onlooker. He's not defending standing there and blocking, being in favor of segregation. He did nothing of the sort. He said, I was caught up in a photograph and you're misreading if you think I was there to block these students entering. And I'm actually on the right side of this issue. That's what he's trying to convey. He's saying you're misreading if you think I'm doing something else. What Kyrie did was, when given an opportunity to explain why he posted a link to a clearly anti-Semitic movie, he waffled. He sort of doubled down. He sort of said, I know who I am. I can't be anti-Semitic and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, he's very
he's a little bit confrontational. That's a very different posture than what Jerry Jones
is. And this picture is 65 years old.
Yes.
But I will say there's a little, I think this is a forest for the trees kind of thing. I think people will get kind of hung up on the fact that, this Jerry Jones photo is old. He's sort of not exactly apologized for it. He said
he's contextualized it at least from his perspective. He made it lying, by the way. Jerry Jones may have been there for the wrong.
He was also very against people kneeling.
Yeah,
Jerry Jones would just say that. But I think you should look at LeBron's bigger point. And I think what he's saying is, and I think it's true. It's like why when somebody black who's famous does anything people disagree with, they will be quick to be like, why did they do this? Like you said, when it's an older white guy, it's like, it's hijinks. Let's move on. Well, and I get his point, and maybe this, you're right. It's not an apples to apples comparison exactly.
Yeah.
What Kyrie tweeted a few weeks ago and a photo of Jerry Jones was in 65 years ago was slightly different, but. Where's that energy?
I get his argument. I sort of think about it. What happened when Nick Cannon stepped in with the anti-Semitic sort of comments on the podcast? Well, I understand what LeBron is saying. There's this expectation that Kyrie needs to grovel, and you don't expect that from Jerry Jones. You sort of look at the picture, give one explanation, and move on as the media. And I understand that the energy feels different. but also what happened is very, very different because when Nick Cannon stepped in it, he wasn't as defiant. He pleaded ignorance. He said, I don't know about these issues. Let me go learn. Let me go talk to rabbis. Let me talk to the ABL. And let me move on from it by sort of educating myself. Kyrie didn't take that position. Kyrie said, I enjoyed this documentary. This documentary had meaning to me. And when confronted that it was full of anti-Semitic tropes, he dug in his heels. And that's a very different posture. And I think that's why these things happened to Kyrie and Kanye versus they didn't happen to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is celebrated once again. We talked about how many kids he's having and sort of he's hosting shows. His career was not taken from him. I think those responses are very different for a reason.
Yes. I think LeBron's bigger point is why did no single reporter ask him about that at all?
Yeah.
Because it's not insane to ask him about that. It's like, what do you think about this? You said it's football and basketball, but LeBron's a black man. And
yes. Were there football players though of LeBron's stature? I'm trying to think. In the NFL who were asked about this and said, "Hey, what do you think of Jerry Jones?" Was Emmitt Smith a famous Dallas Cowboy? I don't know.
I don't know. We're not big sports guys, but like, would it have been insane to ask Julian Edelman, who's Jewish, about Kyrie? That's a football basketball divider.
Good question.
But Julian's Jewish, right?
Yes.
Well, LeBron is black, so it's fair to ask him about Jerry Jones and this America's segregated racist 50s history. And
right.
It is odd to this point that not a single reporter asked him about it.
Right, but to your point, was Julian Edelman standing on the dais and saying, "I don't understand why you're not asking me about the Kyrie Irving incident"?
He could have.
He could have, but he also might have felt like I'm a Jewish football player, so maybe it didn't dawn on you. I guess LeBron is imputing all of these bad, sort of motives, or at least subconsciously, like sort of different responses in the media, and I think it may be similar to that. But you're right. There is a point about like sort of the energy they bring and what they're willing to talk about. Even if they don't have bad motives, maybe it's strange that they're not asking it.
Yeah,
and LeBron wants to sort of highlight that issue, but I'm not sure they're as analogous as he thinks it is, and that's what bothered me about.
But I think you can dispute that, but I don't want to lose. I think what his bigger point is, that you do often see a lot of black people kind of vilified and like, oh, why have they done this? And it becomes this tabloid kind of thing, and a lot of like older white guys, unless you're Harvey Weinstein with decades of it and finally getting called out, not really so much.
Yeah,
and it's just like LeBron didn't seem angry or irate or anything in this clip. Yeah. Like they're not asking you to answer. I'm just saying, like, where's that energy?
Let me ask one more question before we move on. If the Jerry Jones saga had not involved a photo from 1957 and involved a current comment, let's say he posted a link to a Daily Stormer article.
Yeah, something very white power.
Something very white supremacy. Would the response to Jerry Jones, because then I think you have a real analogy.
They probably would have asked about
to Jerry. Would it have been a quick news story in the way LeBron is saying this has been a blip and you're not focusing enough on this photograph? Or would Jerry Jones have been dragged? I think that's sort of, and I'm not sure. Maybe LeBron's right that Jerry would have been able to move on in the way that Kyrie wasn't. But I think that's what you need to
maybe not, because we saw it after McDonald's throwing.
Fair. Yeah, so this whole team was taken from him.
Yeah, so
that's a great point.
Maybe.
Okay.
I think you're right. It's not a one-to-one comparison. But I think LeBron does have a point.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to completely defend what he's saying, but I do want to point out that there are serious distinctions between the two instances, and I wonder whether it was sort of merited in the way that he was scolding the media. But
he didn't say it was exactly the same thing. He just said. I think that, again.
But he had this tone of like, why did you guys ask me about this? He's sort of didactic in the way he's presenting.
A little bit, but I think that's a long simmering thing of how many times. I don't follow every LeBron James press conference. Right. How many times have you been asked about things that black people do? Like he is like responsible and has to have some position on it. There's so many things like people do, probably not asking about.
Yeah.
He's just like, what? Why don't you come to me with that?
Yeah.
And I think it's a fair point.
I agree. I'll leave it at that.
If you're shopping while working, eating, or even listening to this podcast, then you know and love the thrill of the hunt. But are you getting the thrill of the best deals? Rakuten shoppers do. They get the brands they love with the most savings and cash back. And you can get it too. Start getting cash back at your favorite stores like Macy's, Adidas, and Walmart, and even stack sales on top of cash back. It's easy to use, and you get the cash back through PayPal or check. The idea is simple. Stores pay Rakuten for sending them shoppers, and Rakuten shares the money with you as cash back. So download the free Rakuten app and never miss a deal. Or go to Rakuten.com to start getting the most bang for your buck. That's Rakuten. Rakuten.
All right, I want to move on to what is a very, very sad news in the music world. Fleetwood Mac's Christine McVie died at the age of 79.
Yeah,
Short illness.
very surprising. She had a short illness. Like, nobody really knew she was sick.
Even her bandmates.
Yes,
So
Stevie
didn't know how
Nicks.
serious this was.
Stevie Nicks posted a very moving letter to somebody. She said it was her best friend from the day they met.
Sorry it took me so long,
She
Michael.
said, I didn't even know you were sick until Saturday. And I wanted to come down and see you. It was able to wait. And a few days later, she was dead.
And posted this one.
Well, what do you know? Miracles, miracles, John Batcher has returned.
Which sometimes can come at the cost of the unit. You've got Dirty Dom, the reigning Intercontinental Champion. Everybody should be stoked about that. Unfortunately, for a superstar the caliber of Finn Balor, that may mean less opportunity. That's why it's of the utmost importance for JD McDonough to come out here, get the job done against AJ Styles, and then the Judgment Day as a unit can move forward.
Well, Roxanne Perez has not been welcomed with open arms by some members of Judgment Day, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Although Finn continues to bring her around.
Well, Roxanne Perez is a world-class competitor. She's a great addition to any faction. Just so happens to be Judgment Day right now.
What a clothesline by Styles, and now AJ with that sliding, running forearm, and AJ Styles starting to take over.
And this is what I talk about when I say AJ Styles is timeless. The man seems immune to aging. Just moving forward at the same speed, the same pace as always. Ushi across the neck.
There's the cover, hook of the leg, and a kick out. I haven't heard that in years.
It's a deep cut for you.
Styles thought he had JD McDonough.
AJ taking his time, surveying the situation. There are very few situations, if any, left in this game that AJ Styles hasn't experienced and excelled at.
And here's the problem that Dominic, using the big cranium to his advantage. JD block. And here's the problem Dominic has. If JD, great buster cover for the win on Styles. Isn't enough. Kick out at 2.
I'm going to cut you off because we're about a half a second away from Dominic not having any problems thanks to JD McDonough and this hellacious brainbuster that nearly put Styles down for 3.
And Dominic needs JD to win here. He can't keep running from Styles.
We talk at great length about the pitbull mentality of AJ Styles. It's why AJ has made it to the pinnacle of this industry on multiple occasions.
Remind me of Chris Benoit.
You know, McDonough's one of those guys, Corey, that you just feel is on the cusp of a breakout at some point.
I completely agree with you, and I think coming back after the injury that McDonough sustained is a clean slate, a fresh opportunity. You can see physically he's in perhaps the best shape of his career. JD just needs the chips to fall.
Hold on, now it's my turn to leave. I'll be right back. Can you?
Can I put this in the kitchen? Be right back too, Sarah.
Here. Can you move the chair, please?
Yeah.
God damn it.
You can just little stuff right here. It's my side. We're running this weekend. In John room. Oh, you want to get your blanket? I'll be right. What?
Girl, it's thundering outside.
It is?
Yeah.
How's that possible?
I'll take it home, Sarah, okay?
Okay.
We don't want you to, what we do, love you over here, but we don't want you to be stuck inside with us all night in the rain.
I understand.
Michael Paul and I will be right back, YouTube. Come on, bud.
I thought I was going to stay until 10:30. Okay.
Yeah, but some of us has to get ready for work tomorrow.
I understand.
I'll be back for you.
I didn't know.
For a heartfelt letter where she quoted a song from Hayes.
Time.
I'm sorry. I do love Time, but
It's lyrics from a song about missing your best friend after they passed.
and what was interesting to me is Fleetwood Mac, beyond being one of the most important rock bands in history, they just are in sort of, they're just up there in terms of their importance. A lot of the thought about Fleetwood Mac is how dysfunctional the band was. I mean, they're famous for having all of these dramatic sort of problems with romance and sort of people in the band, having, getting together, breaking up and so forth, and influencing their music. But this letter from Stevie is about how much warmth there was there. And it reminded me that even when you sort of fight with your family, they were like a family. We saw all of the negativity, but there was a deep well of warmth in the band as well.
It must be weird for them because their biggest struggles and anger and drama with each other led to their biggest success.
Yes.
It changed their lives for the better for all of them. So you can forgive that after 40-something years.
Yeah, I mean, this really sort of hit me. I mean, in the wake of, I'm still dealing with Henry Kara's death, and this is, it's these are very important people. I don't think many generations after us appreciate how important someone like Irene Cara or Christine McVie are necessarily, because Christine McVie doesn't seem like Stevie Nicks.
No, she wasn't the focus of that group. But I do think, and this is something maybe nice that Christine McVie got to see, was not just how wildly insanely successful Fleetwood Mac was. I mean, Rumors is one of the 10 biggest albums of all time. But especially after the pandemic, when you remember the viral video of the guy drinking the cranberry juice on his skateboard and Dreams by Fleetwood Mac played, and it caused that song to become a hit again. The album resurged. But here's the thing: once Rumors took back off because of that meme, it never dropped off. It's still in the top 50. It's been in the top 50 in the album chart every week for 2 years.
Remarkable.
And it's not because boomers and Gen X are dusting off their vinyl copies. It's because millennials and Gen Z in particular are streaming it.
Yes.
Every Fleetwood Mac songs like Dreams has over 1 billion streams on Spotify. So
it's one of those albums too. When you discover it, it plays like a greatest hits album. Like Rumors doesn't have the soft, it sounds like a B track. It just plays like some of the greatest songs.
Yeah, and not even just the hits that are on it. Yeah. The album cuts are great. They're great. Like I was looking at the streams yesterday, the song "The Chain," or famous bass line. It was never even a single. It's just an album cut. It's got 700 million streams on Spotify. So
is Hold Me on there?
No, it's not on that album. But I think Christine McVie got to see not just that she was successful with an album that resonated, but it's been rediscovered by people who were born 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just a blip. They've come to love this album the same way people did in 1977. And that's got to be great for her to know the work I created, has now lived on beyond her, but will forever.
It will.
People will keep discovering that album because it's good.
I think that's right. We always post sort of the last time we see a celebrity. It was quite poignant because it's this quick interaction. If you go to our website, you'll see we're talking. We have one of our cameramen asking her like, "Oh, what a legend!" as she's walking into her waiting SUV, and he said, "Will you guys ever get back together?" Because the question on everyone's mind when you see a member of Fleetwood Mac is, "Are you guys going to tour again? You always break up, but are you going to see you together?" And she turns and very briefly just says, "Never say never." And it's I don't know. It sort of struck something in me because now we're at never. They won't get together with this lineup, and it's quite sad. But they left behind so much great art. It's hard to be sad. You just want to listen to songs. I went in the car and just played.
Yeah. And the songs are great. The songs hold up on their own. But it is also, once you get into the backstory of it, it is still fascinating and it's engaging and it's heady and the things we love. Like Christine McVie, it's sort of funny because she was
Okay, I was waiting for you to come back.
Had their stormy relationship. There was such very.
I just had to walk Sarah home before it started raining. Yeah.
I felt so bad leaving her in here by herself. And then you took forever getting back from the bathroom. It's not so much the show or that you screwed me that I feel bad about. It's the fact that, not that. It's the fact that your viewers have had to sit here all this time with nobody in here. No wonder we've got nobody watching.
Way once, and if he
Actually, one of my friends from Kansas is watching the show right now while we're still live on YouTube.
It's a very big if, however. JD going for broke, looking for a superplex off the top turnbuckle. This could end it for Styles, but AJ going to keep fighting. McDonough trying to balance himself and knocked down to the mat. And Styles went through a lot in this matchup. Let's see what AJ's. If AJ got hung up, perhaps pulled something that caught himself on the top rope. AJ taking a second to reposition. Dominic looking to take advantage of Styles and the distraction there once again by the Intercontinental Champion. Speaks to how cagey and crafty Dom can be. And JD McDonough looking to take advantage. Nice takedown by Styles. And quickly, the Styles clasher, as Wade Barrett said last week, the Styles flash. Kick out, no, Flynn for Styles. AJ Styles with the victory.
The phenomenal
AJ Styles is going to be dominant. Oh no, cheap shot. Pele kick by Styles. AJ sent up and over to the outside. Drops the Intercontinental Champion. And now Finn Balor coming to the aid of Dominic Mysterio. Thank goodness. And AJ Styles making his intentions known. Dominic Mysterio cannot run forever. AJ would love to get another crack at being a two-time Intercontinental Champion.
Oh, shut up. What? We're trying to watch TV.
Judgment Day, but look, Finn and Dom looking to hatch some sort of attack here, and JD as well. Styles is surrounded. Here they come, and AJ Styles outwitting the Judgment Day. He's not the Intercontinental Champion, but Corey, he may well be sometime down the road. Styles remembers that feeling well. Would love to experience the Intercontinental Gold yet again. We'll take you back to the closing moments of this. AJ Styles ripping McDonough off the canvas. Styles clash, shoulders down, and AJ staring a hole through Dirty Dom on the outside. And then Dom would join for a little extracurricular activity. Forearm from Styles, and Finn Balor to the rescue of the Intercontinental Champion. AJ Styles on a roll.
Maxine, Len, Sarah, what's the crack? Tell me, how's me bulldozer buddy Otis doing?
He's doing good. He'll be back soon. But big match tonight. How you feeling? And from one bed to another, take care of Rusev for us.
No problem, Natty. You just need some tough love, you know? Time to bully the bully. Sheamus!
Kick his ass. Why is this man screaming? I have no idea.
Sheamus looking to become a repeat King of the Ring winner. First matchup tonight. Meanwhile, Bayley returned last week for the first time since being taken out before WrestleMania. Well, those two continue to argue. Bayley's here live on Netflix.
Wyatt! Jesus.
Well, WrestleMania is headed back to Las Vegas. Experience the non-stop excitement at WrestleMania 42 with On Location, the official fan hospitality partner of WWE. Unrivaled access, unmatched service, and unforgettable experiences. Find your package at onlocationexp.com/WWE. Monday Night Raw sold out tonight in Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Live on Netflix and presented by Snickers. We are live from the Bresh Center, which just so happens to be next door to the legendary Lambeau Field. And here representing the Green Bay Packers, safety Evan Williams. With his beautiful championship rep in Green Bay and Titletown. Here on Monday Night Raw.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And she was incredibly talented. She was a singer, sang keyboardist, wrote a lot of the songs. She was an amazing musician. But she had her little dramas there too. Yeah. And one of my favorite things is so she and John McVie, they were together. They're married. Yeah. And so while they were making movies, the marriage fell apart. Sure. She started hooking up with I think like the sound guy or the lighting guy or somebody on the crew. and she wrote a song, one of their hits, "You Make Loving Fun." Remember that song?
Mm-hmm. I love it.
That song is about how much better love is with this new guy than with John McVie. But John McVie had to perform that song.
He had to sit on his bass and play the bass line.
His ex-wife is singing about how great her new guy is. He's like,
it's amazing.
Play along.
They just allowed it to like impact the art directly, and they would all just play along because they knew it was great music. I mean, what's John McVie going to do? You Make Love Fun is incredible.
It is.
It's a banger.
And it probably also didn't hurt once the millions started rolling in.
Yeah, it really did. So that'll do it for us. R.I.P. Christine Digby.
It was amazing.
USAA knows that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bailey!
Well, Corey, speaking of titles, this woman was supposed to have a tag team championship match at WrestleMania, but it never happened because just before the show of shows, Becky Lynch attacked her, took her spot. Bailey would be out of action for 2 months.
I think it's safe to say that Bailey has spent the last few weeks seething about what happened during WrestleMania season, but this unfortunately isn't my story to tell. Bailey is here, she is live, and I have a feeling we're about to hear exactly what's on the role model's mind.
Yeah, it's called Watch Wrestling.
Returned
EC.
last week with an attack on Becky Lynch.
What is it? WatchWrestling.ec.
Spoke to Bailey a bit earlier today. She said, "You ain't seen nothing yet." I can't believe she actually spoke to you. She did. And then she realized it wasn't you, and she stopped.
Ding dong, Green Bay! It feels so amazing to be back. I miss you guys so much. But we do have... I hear you guys trying to sing. All right, we'll get there.
What did they do? Let's go, Bailey.
Hear that, Michael Cole? All right, you guys all know the classic quote, "You don't know what you have till it's gone." But in this case, every time I step into this ring, I know exactly what I have. I know exactly what it feels like to step in here, and I don't take it for granted. I don't take those chants for granted. I don't take you guys singing my song for granted, because every single time I get an opportunity to be in front of you guys, I revel in it. It's what I was born to do. This is what's most important to me. This is what I put my heart and my soul into every single night. And 2 months ago, I was stripped of an opportunity. I was robbed of a WrestleMania match. I was robbed of an opportunity to go after the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, a division that I hold near and dear to my heart. But luckily for me, I don't come in here day in and day out, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, every single day, losing sleep, putting my body on the line just for one night. I don't do it for the big moments. I don't do it for the championship. I don't do it only for WrestleMania. I do it for nights like tonight, for people like you.
Oh, they like her again?
So Becky Lynch,
Oh, that's right, because her partner screwed her, so
if
she's
you
the bad
think
guy, she's the good guy.
you taking me out for WrestleMania hurt me, if you think it broke me, I want you to know that you're wrong. That it healed me, Becky. That it made me better, Becky. That it made me stronger. Now, I may have said in the past, hell, even right up to WrestleMania, how much it bothers me, how much you've been a chip on my shoulder, that you've always just been 2 steps ahead. You've always been just 2 rungs ahead, right up there, but I could never quite make it there. Yeah, that ate at me, Becky. But you know what? I'm climbing that ladder, Becky, and I'm coming straight for you, and I'm knocking you down, and I'm taking everything that you took from me. So you better get your ass out here right now.
Wow, an impassioned and fired up Bailey tonight. Bailey never short on passion, has it in overabundance this evening. But here comes the man doing her best troll job, decked out in Bears gear. And she is indeed the Women's Intercontinental Champion, albeit in controversial fashion. But she knocked off Lyra Valkyria to win the championship. Look at the smug look on the face of Becky Lynch, holding the Intercontinental Championship high above her head for the world to see.
What are they saying?
Hair still sucks.
They beat you last time.
But they're not in Chicago. They're in... Okay.
I've always been a chip on your shoulder. I've always been a chip on your shoulder. You and me were the same. We were never meant to be the top of this business, but you accept being second fiddle. I don't. Much like the Packers. You would always rather have your group of little friends than your legacy. I would always prefer to have my legacy than a group of fake-ass friends. Legacy? You want to talk about legacy, Becky? I built a legacy. I'm a future Hall of Famer if I do say so myself, right, Michael Cole? That's right, I built my legacy, and I'm so confident in my legacy that I don't mind help bringing along the locker room with me. I don't mind bringing people that need help. Okay, yeah, the people. You fight for the people. You fight for the people. I used to fight for the people, but the people stopped fighting for me, so I stopped fighting for the people. And hey, here's the secret. The people stopped fighting for you, too. You want to know the proof? When I took you out of WrestleMania and I walked out down that road, nobody gave a damn about you. Nobody cared that you weren't there. They all cheered for me, didn't you? You hear yourself? You sound like an idiot. Everybody can see it here. These people can see it here. You're so insecure, Becky. You are so worried about what they think. You took a whole year off and you were so worried whether they would boo you or whether they would cheer you that you had to take me out. You didn't know if they were going to care if you came back. You You had to be a surprise. You took me out, and 24 hours later, it still didn't sit right with you. You probably couldn't sleep, and you had to take out Lyra too, because you couldn't hack it if they were going to boo you or cheer. They cheered for that too, didn't they? Yeah, they cheered for that too.
Becky, do you even remember what it feels like to have to fight for everything, to have to fight for opportunities like WrestleMania, to have to fight for opportunities for a championship? Do you remember that? Or is your head too far up your ass that you just don't know what it's like anymore?
No, actually, I don't. I don't remember what it's like. Do you remember what gold feels like?
I don't actually. Why don't you remind me, Becky? Huh? Why don't you remind me? Get over here. Step to me, huh? Step to me, huh?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Say it again, so don't say.
I'm not gonna turn my back
Why don't
to
you remind me what gold feels like?
I ain't gonna turn my back to you, because you're sneaky. But okay, you want a little match? You can have a little match, but not in Green Bay. And not for my title. See you in Columbus.
Oh, what a cheap shot. Bailey made Becky
Mama
pay.
said knock you out. I know, I bet you will.
You know, Corey, from where I sit, Bailey made a lot of sense. Becky seems delusional. Perhaps she's losing confidence. Perhaps she's trying to prove to herself that she belongs where she is at this point in her career.
Yeah, this surprises me, but I fully agree with you, Cole. From what we just heard from Bailey, that is a woman who cares about this, who loves this, who will fight to the last breath for this. Becky used to be that. Bailey is not. Becky's taking things for granted. Let's head back to our own Captain Kelly.
Yeah, guys, I'm here with Jay Uso, and Jay, minor setback for you last week. Hooper, now the world heavyweight champion. So tell me, how important is tonight's King of the Ring match?
It's very important, Kathy. Very important. I won my first heavyweight championship from him. I got his respect. He won the championship back from me. He got my respect. So as far as I take it, Oos, it's 1-1. He can look past Seth Rollins. He can look past Goldberg. But we're going to run it back, Kathy. You know what I'm saying? If that means going to King of the Ring tournament to get back my World Heavyweight Championship, say less. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Jay.
Jey Uso is focused tonight, but he needs to go through that man, Bronson Reed, and Sheamus. Rusev is ready. It's our main event. It's the final next matchup in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament tonight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Yamaguchi, Japan, Kairi Sane!
Kairi Sane missed a number of months earlier this year due to injury. She's returned to the best shape of her career, she said, and she's been on quite the hot streak. Kairi Sane's in action against Liv Morgan live on Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern, fans at Fanatics Fest can see the SummerSlam press conference where their favorite superstars, including John Cena and CM Punk, among others, will be live as they get ready for WWE's biggest event of the summer at MetLife Stadium. You can catch the SummerSlam kickoff either live in person or by watching on the WWE social media channels. And then on Sunday at 1:30 Eastern, it's the Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford press conference ahead of one of the biggest boxing events of all time. Head to fanaticsfest.com to buy your tickets for the Ultimate Sports Fan Festival coming to Javits Center in New York City.
AJ, thank you for returning this in a timely fashion. I'll make sure that it gets back to Dirty Dom eventually. But I have some good news. You have an opportunity to get this back permanently because it's been made official. At Night of Champions, it's AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Bailey, listen, I heard what Becky had to say out there. It's been made official, but I've added a little twist. See, the way I see it, is that at WrestleMania, Becky took a title match from you, so the way I see it, you're owed a title match. So next week, it's Bailey versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
I knew I liked you, Nick. Hey, Bailey. Hey. Oh, welcome back. And congratulations, I guess.
Yeah, thanks. Look, I'm just trying to do what's best for me, and I'm sorry I didn't get back to your text messages or your calls. Like, that was a really rough 2 months. I wasn't getting back to anybody. Like, it's nothing personal, I promise.
No, I get it. It's not personal. You're just doing what's best for you. And just know if you win that title, I'll do what's best for me.
Well, two major news notes there, Corey. First, you heard Bailey and Becky Lynch next week live in Columbus, Ohio for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Then a week from Saturday, Night of Champions, it will be AJ Styles, Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Job well done by Nick Aldis, but now we've got Kairi Sane one-on-one with Liv Morgan, and you and I were talking earlier about how Liv Morgan doesn't necessarily seem to be herself recently. Liv has got a lot on her plate, perhaps a little too much. This is what, well, Liv injured herself? I think so. Referee Jessica Carr, as Kairi Sane looks on, Liv may have injured her shoulder. And I believe our doctor is going to head over now and check on Liv Morgan. Well, listen, this could speak to the point I was about to make. I mean, again, let's take a look at what happened here. Kairi Sane, takedown by Sane. Ooh, is it the right shoulder? I think Liv might have dislocated her shoulder. Yeah, well, we're going to find out. Doctor's over there with her now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here live on Monday Night Raw. Unfortunate situation moments ago with the match between Liv Morgan and Kairi Sane. It seemed to be, Corey, a normal takedown by Kairi Sane. It's just the way that Liv Morgan landed. Yeah, certainly not something we would generally consider high risk. But here's another look in slow motion. Kairi with the single leg takedown. And watch Liv Morgan's right arm, particularly her elbow and shoulder area. A punch. All Liv was trying to do was protect herself. This is standard procedure for any sports entertainer. This is a normal reaction from Liv Morgan trying to protect herself. And unfortunately, her body just appears to have given out on her in this instance. Again, Kairi Sane going to earn the victory due to Liv's inability to finish the match. We will do, as you mentioned moments ago, our best to keep you posted. Yeah, you saw medical personnel helping Liv to the back. She was favoring her right arm. Hopefully we'll get an update on Liv here in the next couple of minutes on Monday Night Raw. We had talked about it as well. It's been a rough go for Liv over the past couple of months. Of course, she missed some time due to the movie. Came back, had some issues within the Judgment Day, and then tonight, obviously, an unfortunate injury for Liv. Yeah, the life of a WWE superstar is full-time. The travel, the training, the in-ring, the out-of-the-ring, the appearances. Liv Morgan has thrived and loves that lifestyle. Unfortunately, sometimes your body has other plans. Yeah, including traveling halfway across the world, which we're going to do a week from Saturday. And one of the feature matchups, of course, is John Cena versus CM Punk for the undisputed WWE Championship. This thing really came to a head last week on Monday Night Raw.
You are all spineless keyboard warriors. I have limited time. I told you when we started, 36 days. And if you want to accomplish something, use your voice and send me competition. Because the way I see it, everyone you have cheered for, I have shut your mouth and being your best?
I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. You mad because the establishment picked you, but the people never did? That title has corrupted you. By my count, you've got 18 dates left. Of what little respect I had for you, I'll leave it up to you as to which one of those dates I take this off your shoulder. You'll say that date is tonight, right here, right now.
Let's do it. Not tonight. We're going to do it at Night of Champions. Ball's in your court, hero. So what do you say? I use CM Punk's rebellious nature and sociopathic self-confidence to back him into a corner. Where now, if CM Punk really wants to take this, he has to admit to himself that he's a hypocrite.
Here's the truth. You can't beat me. When I'm at my best, you never could. I'm gonna ruin wrestling. I'm gonna take the strap and leave. Man, you sound like CM Punk. I won the title. I left with the title. You're trying to follow in my footsteps. You couldn't stop me. You think challenging me at Night of Champions is gonna stop me? I will follow you to hell to prove that I am better than you. You are a goat, but so am I. You are the goat that I will spit roast and sacrifice to the gods of wrestling. You can't see me. I see through you. And I always have. And that's the truth.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a week from Saturday, 8 o'clock local time, 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. on the West Coast. It has been 13 years since these two men have been involved in a matchup with a championship on the line. John Cena, in his words, the last great champion, defends the undisputed WWE Championship against the Second City Saints, CM Punk, the renewal of a great rivalry. A week from Saturday, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Night of Champions.
But before we get to Riyadh, let's take a look at what goes down this coming Friday on SmackDown. Cena will once again have his hands full with the man who shocked the entire wrestling world at Money in the Bank by reappearing and attacking Cena. None other than R-Truth. We'll go one-on-one.
His name is not R-Truth anymore. It's Ron
That
Killing.
takes place this coming Friday night on SmackDown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we mentioned moments ago that Morgan injured in her match with Kyrie Sane, helped in the back by medical personnel. We can tell you now that it appears that Liv has suffered a dislocated shoulder in that matchup.
Unfortunate circumstance with Morgan. We know this is a high-risk business. Every night, every competitor who steps in the ring puts their body at risk. Best wishes to Liv. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, stay tuned to WWE's social media channels for the latest on Liv Morgan. Meanwhile, let's head to the back and Kathleen Kelly.
Thanks so much, Cole. Yeah, everyone is talking about this King of the Ring tournament, and I'm here with Sami Zayn. Sami, congratulations on your victory last week. You're moving forward in this tournament, but this Friday you face Randy Orton. So talk to me. Tell me how you're feeling.
I don't know, Kathy. I feel like I've talked about the World Championship so much lately and what it means to me, and now somehow the opportunity's here. You know, and look, I've had the chance a few times in my career to challenge for the World Championship, but I don't know, something about this time just feels different.
Oh, this is so disturbing. It feels different. There's absolutely nothing different about this. You know, Sammy, you know you're an insane person, right? You know what an insane person does? They do the exact same thing every day expecting a different result. Let me explain to you what's going to happen. You're going to go to Friday Night SmackDown, and you're going to compete against one of the most diabolical people this business has ever seen. A guy who knows how to win, the Viper, Randy Orton. And then you're going to lose. And he's going to go on to become a 15-time world champion. And then you are going to stay at 0.
You think I'm crazy?
Yeah.
You know what I think you are? I think you're a coward. I think you hide back here and you talk and you hide in the shadows and you lurk and you talk in riddles. Why? You don't go out there because maybe all the big talk that you do when you go out there, maybe you can't back it up. Maybe you don't have the courage to talk a big game. And maybe you fall on your face and you don't have the courage to go back out there. Because trust me, I've talked a big game. I've gone out there and I've lost and I've had the courage to pick myself back up and go out there again. Can you say the same? I didn't think so. So I'm done listening to you talk. You understand me? Right now, my focus is the King of the Ring. That's my priority. But I'm telling you right now, the second that's done, I am going to Adam Pearce. And you and me, we're going to have this match once and for all. It's about time.
Are you going to join in the festivities tonight, Braves? We'll see how I'm feeling when he gets here. Oh, you better take it easy. We don't need another injury. That's why I'm just standing here, flapping my arms. You got to give Jey Uso credit, Corey. Last week, he came out here, he lost his coveted world championship to Gunther, but he's back on the horse tonight, looking for redemption and an opportunity to advance in the King of the Ring tournament.
The following fatal four-way is a first-round match in the King of the Ring tournament. Introducing first, from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event, Jey Uso.
I think we're going to see exactly what Jey Uso is made of when it comes to mental fortitude. You're talking about getting back on the horse, about having a short memory, forgetting the loss to Gunther. That's what Jay's going to have to do because he's going to have three behemoths gunning for him in this matchup. But it could eventually all lead to what Jey wants most, another opportunity to become World Heavyweight Champion once again.
Welcome to Yeet Bay. See what I did there?
I did. I'm going to do my best to ignore it.
See, but this is how it's done. That's how it's done. See, I got a lot better since the last time you were here.
You've been practicing. I'll give it to you.
Jey Uso with an opportunity to head to the semifinals. Sheamus, Rusev, Big Bronson Reed stand in his way. It's live on Netflix. We're in Green Bay, Wisconsin tonight. Titletown hosts, of course, of the NFL's Green Bay Packers. And I want to remind you that 6 Feet Under with The Undertaker is now available under the WWE Podcast Network in partnership with Fanatics. The latest episode dropped last Thursday with new co-host Michelle McCool. Download 6 Feet Under with The Undertaker on all audio platforms and watch on WWE YouTube. We, of course, are in Green Bay, right across the street from historic Lambeau Field. 19th time Monday Night Raw has emanated from Green Bay. Very first Raw in Green Bay happened back in 1996. Next week, Monday Night Raw heads down to Ohio, the capital city of Columbus. And great matchups on hand, including the Intercontinental Championship match in the women's division. Becky Lynch will defend the title against a passionate and emotional Bayley live next week on Netflix.
And the Queen of the Ring semifinals get underway. And there is a storm headed to Columbus as Jade Cargill goes one-on-one with the prodigy of the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez.
And also, it'll be a semifinal matchup on the men's side of things. Cody Rhodes, who's advanced, will take on the winner of our next matchup. It'll either be Sheamus, Rusev,
Bronson Reed for main event Jey Uso, who is already in the ring. He's been unique throughout the commercial break, getting set for our main event match tonight. I want to remind everyone that Sam Roberts and Megan Morant dive into everything for Monday Night Raw and WWE on Raw Recap, brought to you by Fanatics, available every Tuesday on WWE's YouTube and all audio platforms, wherever you get your podcasts daily. A special guest on Raw Recap.
Next, from Bulgaria, weighing in at 270 pounds, Rusev.
The man who claims he will save superstars from themselves. Rusev has returned to WWE with a vengeance. This is an extremely different Rusev.
I actually brushed in the shower.
Okay.
The man I knew many years back in FCW when we were in developmental together. Rusev physically in the best shape of his career. And to your point, Rusev views himself as something of a guiding light in the locker room. Says he wants to teach the locker room to learn from his mistakes, looking to save superstars before they destroy themselves.
Looking to intimidate Jey Uso there. Well, individual event tickets for SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey on Saturday, August 2nd, Sunday, August 3rd are on sale this Wednesday, June 18th via Ticketmaster. Resale is tomorrow, June 17th. Combo tickets are on sale right now. Not sure if I can do this justice, but it's Fight Night, baby!
From Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, Sheamus!
You know, there's only been one man in history to have been crowned King of the Ring on two different occasions. That is the Hall of Famer, Bret the Hitman Hart, from back in the 1990s. Sheamus won the King of the Ring in 2010. Corey, he wants to become only the second man to win two-time King of the Ring.
Sheamus knows all too well what value the crown can bring to your career, but here we see two longtime friends turned bitter rivals in Sheamus and Rusev. Rusev told me earlier today, when he needed Sheamus most, Sheamus left him in the dark. Sheamus turned his back as Rusev said he was lost in the abyss. And Sheamus said, Rusev, it's about time you man up and earn your mistakes. Own your choices.
And the last time that these two men were in the same match was 6 years ago at WrestleMania 35, but they haven't been opponents in a decade.
Talking League of Nations days?
Yes.
Bring Barrett back.
Accompanied by WWE Hall of Famer, the Iceman, Paul Heyman. From Blackthorn, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed.
Well, this reminded tonight Seth Rollins needs to win by Bronson Reed tonight to complete his plan. Well, remember what happened before Money in the Bank? Seth Rollins and company, well, they took out LA Knight and others on Friday Night SmackDown before Money in the Bank. Well, payback was coming last week.
Well, LA Knight, the notorious hothead, would hit a BFT on Braun Breaker, dropping Breaker last Monday. But Breaker and Reed did not forget. Mess with this duo at your own peril. Hellacious spear by Breaker, which opened the door for the Viper to advance in the King of the Ring tournament.
So LA Knight cost Braun Breaker an opportunity to advance last week. Then they cost LA Knight an opportunity to advance this past Friday night. You saw Randy Orton win that match on Friday. So this is how things look right now. Friday night on SmackDown. It's the men's semifinals. Sami Zayn will take on Randy Orton. And then Monday, Cody Rhodes defends against the winner of this matchup in the other semifinal.
Tonight on the menu, the Big E special. I hope they reinforce the ring. This thing's got more beef than a Brazilian steakhouse. Sheamus sent to the outside, courtesy of Big Bronson Reed.
Oh, and Sheamus takes out Reed at the knee.
Steak right about
I know it's a newfound alliance, but Cole, let's be honest with ourselves. The fact that Big Bronson Reed is now taking orders from both Seth Rollins and the wise man Paul Heyman, if that is not one of the scariest alliances you could conceive, I don't know what is.
Indeed, as you see Rusev now taking apart Jey Uso. Jey, of course, his ribs heavily trapped due to a tsunami from Bronson Reed a couple of weeks back. And then, of course, the attack by Gunther this past Monday, the night that Jey Uso lost his world title.
Big right hand by Rusev on the ear of Jey Uso. And here comes Big Bronson Reed.
Yeah, the Oscilla.
Look at this. These two unloading the heavy artillery.
This is a fatal four-way rules. First man to gain pinfall submission picks up the win and advances to the semifinals. No countouts, no disqualifications.
Look out below.
Rusev with a suicide dive, taking out Rusev. Who is going to advance to the semifinals of the King of the Ring? You know, Corey, you were just mentioning a few moments ago the injury to Bronson Reed back in Survivor Series. Let's not forget how he got injured. 330-pound man coming off the top of the War Games structure, shattering both ankles, and now he's back in action.
Big Bronson Reed like a Paul Heyman dream come true.
Paul Heyman continues to just surround himself with talent.
You've known Paul Heyman longer than I have. Have you ever known Paul Heyman to lose at anything? He may pivot, he may shift, but Paul Heyman does not lose.
Well, Heyman obviously knew talent. He tutored me along the way. As
we all make mistakes.
In trouble now. Oh, with a big kick to the face. And Uso looking to rally, but Rusev about took his head off.
We talked during his entrance about the fact that Rusev is in perhaps the best physical condition of his career. Got a little leaner, just as muscular, just as strong as ever, but now quicker than ever before. But Big Bronson Reed gets a taste of the steel ring post, courtesy of the Celtic Warrior. Here comes Sheamus.
And Sheamus now lost into the WWE Universe. Now remember, Rollins wants Reed to win the King of the Ring tournament because then Big Bronson Reed would go after the World Heavyweight title and Gunther, except Rollins could turn his attention for the Money in the Bank, perhaps to the other side of things, the undisputed WWE title.
All right, now Bronson needs to...
Of the Baldwin.
Gonna run it back.
Make it 20.
Sheamus is fired up tonight.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. Understands what the King of the Ring means, and wow.
Here comes Reed.
And Reed, though, as Jey Uso sidesteps it.
Reed might have just taken himself out of the equation.
Reed goes up into the barricade. $1985, Don Morocco, very first King of the Ring. This is the 25th edition of this historic tournament. Rusev just clobbered, clobbered Jey Uso, ran him over.
It's like
nothing pretty. How about Rusev?
I was reminiscent of the great Big Van Vader, using his entire body as a battering ram to flatten main event Jey.
And now these longtime friends and bitter rivals turn their attention to one another. Sheamus has never beaten Rusev in a matchup.
Rusev blamed Sheamus for some of the darkest days of his career, and Sheamus said, suck it up, man up, own your mistakes. Here we go!
Rusev and Sheamus exchanging blows in the middle of the ring. This has been simmering for weeks. I'm coming, blow sent Sheamus back to the rope, but look at Sheamus now with the forearm.
Sheamus misses wildly. Look out! Wow, what a spin kick.
That is terrifying athleticism from a man the size of Rusev. Look at the intensity on the face.
Yeah, former three-time United States champion runs into a boot by the Celtic Warrior. And Sheamus up and down goes Rusev. Sheamus staring in the eyes of his adversary. Rusev returning the stare. And these two men just beat the hell out of one another.
Oh, you ain't kidding. There's some live rounds going back and forth right now.
And again, the prize at the end of the King of the Ring tournament is the champion at SummerSlam. As Bronson Reed just... And now look at these two still going at one another.
Picking up right where they left off.
Yeah, complete the stain now. Big splash in the corner by Big Bronson Reed. Jey Uso fighting back. Tremendous resilience by Jey. Caught by Bronson Reed. This is not going to be good for Jey Uso. World's strongest slam delivered. That may break some more ribs. Sheamus,
right over there, Cole.
And Sheamus just threw Rusev over our announce table. Rusev, meanwhile, just think he grabbed your monitor.
I just had Rusev deposited into my lap. Courtesy of the Celtic Warrior, who now stands eye to eye with the former World Heavyweight Champion main event, Jey Uso.
Yeah, first man to gain pinfall submission advances to the semifinals next Monday night against one Cody Rhodes, right here on Monday Night Raw. Now Sheamus and Jey Uso battling it out. Sheamus, Jey trying to hang on. Sheamus. Now he's going to set up Jey for 10 beats in the battle. And I'm not sure that Jey Uso's insides can take this.
Are you right about that? We already know that Jey's ribs are banged up, the extent of which we aren't entirely certain.
Caught him on the temple.
Sheamus wants to make sure. Oh, no.
To the injured midsection. And now Big Bronson Reed. He just headbutted Sheamus in the chest.
And Sheamus was dropped like a stone.
Man, just a freak of nature. This 330-pound Bronson Reed.
This could be the beginning of the end for the Celtic Warrior and this fatal four-way. Think about that, Cole.
Oh, Sheamus just trying to get 330 pounds up on his shoulders. He's got Bronson Reed up in position. He's going to do it. White noise. Collar. Kick out. And now Rusev just blew through referee Rod Zapata to get to Sheamus.
And Rusev trying to capitalize on a depleted Sheamus. Just dropped the Celtic Warrior on to Big Bronson Reed. Rusev standing strong and could be seconds away from advancing in the King of the Ring tournament.
And Rusev has been so dominant in this match. Indeed it is. Big kick by Jey Uso. He's back in the fight. Talk about guts out of Uso tonight. What a performance.
This is sheer will on display from main event Jey Uso, who's got his eyes locked on a downed Rusev.
After the super kick, Rusev able to intercept. Oh! Big kick to the back of the head. And Rusev positioning now Uso with a bad inside. Bad rips it all. Looking for the accolade. Submission move. The accolade. Locked in on Uso. Uso writhing and agony.
There it is. It's cinched in deep.
Is Uso going to tap out to the accolade? Rusev sits back. He's got Uso in trouble. Is Jey going to tap out? Jey trying to somehow hang on. Remember, ropes will not force a break in a fatal four-way. It buys himself enough time for Sheamus to get back into the mix. Big knee. Kick. Man, how physical is this? Oh! Into the cover for the win. Bronson Reed with a senton saves the match.
When you are dealing with four of WWE's heaviest hitters, this is exactly what you came to expect.
Oh no, Reed, top rope, Tsunami!
That one registered on the Richter scale.
somehow Jey Uso saves the matchup just barely. Bro kicks, tsunamis. The matchup continues.
What a sequence of offense from the field in this one. Here comes the main event. Jey picking up speed. He got him.
Jey Uso with Bronson Reed down. Can Jey get to the top rope? Can he feed off the WWE fans? Oh, and look who's here. Braun Breaker. And the official can't do anything about it. There's no disqualification. Back of the head. And Rusev positioning now Uso with a bad inside. Bad rips it all. Looking for the accolade. Submission move. The accolade. Locked in on Uso. Uso writhing in anger.
There it is. It's cinched in deep.
Is Uso going to tap out to the accolade? Rusev sits back. He's got Uso in trouble. Is Jey going to tap out? Jey trying to somehow hang on. Remember, ropes will not force a break in a fatal four-way. It buys himself enough time for Sheamus to get back into the mix. Big knee. Kick. Man, how physical is this? Into the cover for the win. Bronson Reed with a senton saves the match.
When you are dealing with four of WWE's heaviest hitters, this is exactly what you came to expect.
Oh no, Reed, top rope, tsunami!
That one registered on the Richter scale.
And somehow Jey Uso saves the matchup just barely. Bro kicks, tsunamis. The matchup continues.
What a sequence of offense from the field in this one. Here comes the main event. Jey picking up speed. He got him.
Jey Uso with Bronson Reed down. Can Jey get to the top rope? Can he feed off the WWE fans? Oh, and look who's here. Braun Breaker. And the official can't do anything about it. There's no disqualification.
Braun Breaker proudly playing spoiler. Wait a minute!
Sami Zayn!
Where else Sami come from?
Sami Zayn, who's had massive issues with Breaker and Rollins and company. Attacking. And now Breaker into the steel post. Sami Zayn, who's got to look in the semifinals, fighting out is fired up. Oh, kick. Braun Breaker.
Oh no, oh no.
Goodness, and Sami Zayn.
Oh my God, look out!
His head, and he just pressed it through Sami Zayn over the announce table to the floor. And the
Sami's hurt bad, Cole. Wait a minute. Penta! Salviano!
Penta, who was taken out by Breaker and company before Money in the Bank.
There is carnage all over the place. Bronson Reed has Jey Uso, Death Valley Driver.
And now going to go up top and put Uso away off the DDT.
Bronson perched up the
LA Knight. LA Knight.
And the Defiant Megastar gets his lick back.
He cost Breaker last week. Is he going to cost Reed tonight?
Big Bronson Reed is down. Jey making the climb to the top turnbuckle.
Off the spear. Uso splash.
Across the back of Reed.
Can Jey Uso do it again? Bronson Reed's in trouble. Center of the ring. Uso splash again. Covered by Uso. Jey Uso with the win. What a win. By main event Jey Uso. Braun Breaker did everything he could to hand Bronson Reed the victory. With a little payback from Sammy and LA Knight and Penta.
What an insane sequence of events for the right to advance in the King of the Ring tournament. Hats off, who knows, congrats.
Bad inside, bad rips it all. Looking for the accolade. Submission move, the accolade. Locked in on Uso. Uso writhing in anger.
There it is, it's cinched in deep.
Is Uso going to tap out to the accolade? Rusev sits back. He's got Uso in trouble. Is Jay going to tap out? Jay trying to somehow hang on. Remember, ropes will not force a break in a fatal four-way. And buys himself enough time for Sheamus to get back into the mix. Big knee. Kick. Man, how physical is this? Into the cover for the win. Bronson Reed with a senton saves the match.
When you are dealing with four of WWE's heaviest hitters, this is exactly what you came to expect.
Oh no, Reed, top rope, tsunami!
That one registered on the Richter scale.
And somehow Jey Uso saves the matchup just barely. Bro kicks, tsunamis. The matchup continues.
What a sequence of offense from the field in this one. Here comes main event Jay. Pick up Reed! He got it!
You forgot to say it.
Jey Uso with Bronson Reed
Jey
down.
Uso with a spear.
Can Jey get to the top rope and getting feed off the WWE fans? Oh, and look who's here! Braun Breaker. And the official can't do anything about it. There's no disqualification.
Braun Breaker proudly playing spoiler. Wait a minute! Sami Zayn! Where the hell Sami come from?
Sami Zayn, who's had massive issues with Breaker and Rollins and company. Attacking. And now Breaker into the steel post. Sami Zayn, who's got Orton in the semifinals, fighting out, is fired up. Oh, a kick. Braun Breaker.
Oh no, oh no.
Goodness, with Sami Zayn.
Look out!
His head, and he just pressed it through Sami Zayn over the announce table to the floor. And the six.
Sami's hurt bad call. Wait a minute. Penta! Stella Viejo!
Penta, who was taken out by Breaker and company before Money in the Bank.
There's carnage all over the place. Bronson Reed has Jey Uso, Death Valley driver.
And now going to go up top and put Uso away on the DDT.
Bronson punched up the
LA Knight.
Yeah.
LA Knight.
Yep.
And the Defiant Megastar gets his lick back.
He cost Breaker last week. Is he going to cost Reed tonight?
Big Bronson Reed is down. Jay making the climb to the top turnbuckle.
Off the spear. Uso splash.
Across the back of Reed.
Can Jey Uso do it again? Bronson Reed's in trouble. Center of the ring. Uso splash again. Covered by Uso. Jey Uso with the win. What a win by main event Jey Uso. Braun Breaker did everything he could to hand Bronson Reed the victory. With a little payback from Sammy and LA Knight and Penta.
What an insane sequence of events for the right to advance in the King of the Ring tournament. Hats off, kudos, congratulations to main event Jey Uso for surviving what shit.
Well, Jey Uso may have survived the battle, but I'm not quite sure about the war. Because here comes a ticked off Seth Rollins, because for the second straight week, his plan was thwarted. Breaker out last week, Reed out this week, and Rollins is pissed off.
Rollins, Reed, and Breaker wasting no time and making the entire roster enemies.
Meanwhile, Jey Uso is a sitting duck. Jey Uso gave everything he had in that matchup to somehow pull off the miracle win, and now Jey Uso can't even defend himself. And Rollins, hey,
He couldn't have kept it up.
Seth knows very well.
He doesn't have to sing anymore.
She's here.
make a decision.
Well, Seth Rollins will wait to fight another day. As Cody Rhodes comes to the aid of his longtime friend, his former tag team partner, former tag champs together, main event Jey Uso and Corey. Now things get interesting for these two.
The semi-finals are set. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso.
Well, Rollins and company have created many enemies. And it's a great question, Corey, because you know something's coming down the pipe. But now we focus on next Monday night in Columbus. Friends are going to have to put it aside.
Former WWE champion versus a former world heavyweight champion, former tag team championship partners, a matchup laden with gold.
One of these two men will advance to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and Night of Champions to battle it out for the opportunity to be crowned King of the Ring. Next week, massive semi-final matchup. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, live on Monday Night Raw.
All right, show's over. Went on a little too long as far as I'm concerned, but regardless, show's over.
Then this is the capital of Arizona, Phoenix, the city which will host WWE's flagship show for the 21st time. We are downtown, smokery one.
God damn it. Oh, that's why. Okay. Well,
I got this in your apartment, right? That's why I brought you a new
one last time, Christy, Crystal, Megan, Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin, good night. I love you. We'll see you tomorrow. And Sarah, good night. Sorry that you couldn't stay for the whole show, but we'll see you tomorrow.
This place blew my mind.
On that note, for John Batcher, Sarah Cooley, I'm Michael Paul. We'll see you, not tomorrow. We'll see you Wednesday for Dynamite, 8/7 Central on TBS. Till Wednesday, good night.
Peace, love, and I'll send you a love heart emoji. Like and subscribe.
Masterpieces.
We out.